Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is just another video to tell you about an experience that happened to my twin sister actually a few years ago. And I really want her to make this video because she can really do it justice. She was there and she can tell you exactly what happened. So this is just a second-hand account, but I think it's time to share this, and I think it's worth sharing, very much so. A lot of people don't believe in this, but it happened to her. And we used to read about it all the time. We were so fascinated about stories like this, but when it actually hit this close to home, it was like, wow, it really, really touched my soul. And I think it gives us comfort in the midst of situations where we have, you know, people dying every day. People die every day anyway, but it's just when you go through loss, you have sometimes suffer so much grief, and it feels never ending. You feel like you're never going to get over it, and life will never be the same. You'll never laugh again. You'll never smile again. I know personally because I've lost many that were close to me. My father passed almost 15 years ago, and I was so close to him. And I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to do this without crying. I'm going to be strong in Jesus' name. But he died of a heart attack, and I saw him early in the morning. He came home. He was working late at work, and he came home in the middle of the night. And I said good morning to him. And he told me to go back to sleep, and I told him I love him. He told me he loved me too. And that was the last time I ever spoke with him again. He passed that morning. A few hours later, he had a heart attack, and we weren't with him. I think by the time we got the call and got down to where he was already gone. But there was a couple that was with him when he passed, and the lady said it was the most peaceful, serene experience she's ever experienced. And I tell you, that blessed my heart, and it still blesses my heart to this day. So with that, I'm going to get right into the experience. I want to keep saying dream, but it wasn't a dream. This was real. A few years ago, I want to say maybe 4 years ago, my sister can tell you exactly when it happened. I'm not good with dates, I'm sorry. But anyway, she was driving to work. She got called into work. She was taking care of my mom here at the house. She just had a major surgical procedure done, and her job had called her into work. So she's the kind of person, she'll bend over backwards. So she said, I'll go into work for a couple hours and come back home. Well, it was early in the morning, and she said she was turning out of the area where we live to make a left-hand turn onto this busy street. And all of a sudden, she looked. She said she didn't even see the car when she made, stepped out to turn, or pulled out to turn, and all of a sudden all she said she had time to do was to say, oh no, and then the next thing she knew, she saw like this car coming when she said, oh no. Well, the next thing she knew, she said it was like later on in the afternoon, and mind you, the time that this really happened was like 7-something in the morning. So she said later on in the afternoon, she was later in the afternoon, and she was in a minivan, which was the car she was riding in, but there was no damage or anything. The car was just sitting there in the middle of the street. And she said she looked up, and there were 3 people, like 3 men, she said it looked like, that were dressed in white. And they all looked concerned. Their heads were tilted, and they were looking at her intently. And they told her, one of the ones that was close to the rearview mirror looked at her, and I think she said he smiled at her, and he told her, it's okay. He put his hands up like this. He said, it's okay. It's okay. You're all right. It's not your time yet. And when he said that, she said it was like all time, like it was like time had stood still for a minute, but when he said that, it's like something came back into her, like she came back into herself, like she could feel herself come back from like the top of her head, literally down to the soles of her feet. It's like she was back in herself. And she said then it's like the rewind or something, or like, like just like in a movie when things are frozen and all of a sudden they come back into regular time. Well, that's what happened. And she looked, and she said the van that she was in was damaged. It was smashed in. The airbag was deployed. Smoke. She smelled burnt rubber. And people were running up to the car, and they said, are you okay? Are you okay? And she said there happened to be a policeman there, if I'm not mistaken. And he ran up to the car. There was a lady and her son, and they ran up to the car. And they said, are you okay? And I think they told her, don't move. Well, come to find out, she was hit like from the side at a high rate of speed. I think 50 miles an hour she was hit on the driver's side, like this. And the van was totaled, but she survived, and the other driver survived. Now, I don't know if the other young man knew the Lord or not, but he survived. and she survived. And she'd had nothing but a little bruise, on her wrist. One little scrape, not even a cut, no blood, nothing. No headaches to this day, nothing but the glory of God. And it truly wasn't her time. So she said it wasn't until she got into the ambulance, she was on her way to the hospital, that she realized, wait a minute, who were those people that I was with? There was a group of people that came before the second group of people. Who were they? And she was trying to put the message together, and that's when she remembered. And she said, oh my gosh, I think those were angels. And especially the message that they gave her. And if you think about it, they told her, it's not your time yet, versus, are you okay? They told her, you're okay, versus, are you okay? So I just want you to know, she said that the switch between death and life was seamless, or death into the next realm was seamless, and she didn't even know that it happened. So I just felt led to share that. I've been wanting her to do it. I know she shared it on the radio once, and I don't think she's made any videos about it, but I wish that she would, because I think it would encourage a lot of people. You can scoff at this if you want to, but this is real to us. It happened to her, and it's especially real to her. She said it changed her life after that, and she was never the same. She had an experience with her hair that she had been trying to grow her hair out for the longest time, and there was a lady that did her hair, and she a lot of it broke off after the lady was finished with it. And normally she would have been upset about it, especially black girls. It's hard for us to grow hair. I'm just gonna be real with you guys, but it's hard for us to grow hair. You sisters know what I'm talking about. And but when the lady messed her hair up, she said she wasn't even upset about it. She was smiling and she was happy, and it was like, really, in all seriousness, she said it was like the Lord put her priorities back into check. And she really knew what was important and what wasn't, and what things to let go and what things to hold on to, and who to value, to value life, to value every moment, to get the things done that matter, and to focus on the things that matter. If somebody's wronged you in any way, and you're still holding on to that, it might have happened 5 minutes ago, it might have happened 10, 15 years ago. Let it go. Forgive and let it go, because it's only eating you up like cancer. It's only hurting you. That person may have moved on and forgotten all about it. And as painful as it might have been, God knows. And let him deal with that pain and heal that place inside of you. But move on, because it's time to move on and not allow those things to hinder you. Life is so short. And in the midst of these things that are coming upon the earth, it's time to just know that life is short and to treasure the time that we have. Well, God bless you. I'll be back with another video soon. Take care. Bye-bye.